China is reaffirming its threat to use military force to bring self-governing Taiwan under its control. The statement issued today follows almost a week of Chinese military exercises near the island that have raised tensions between the sides to their highest level in years.
Now, the exercises disrupted flights and shipping in a region crucial to global supply chains. China says the drills were prompted by U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan, but is accused, of using that as a pretext to up its threats.
Joining us now with more on this is Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly. Thanks so much for coming in this morning.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Let's start with China. What's happening there? You've been urging them to stand down against Taiwan. Is this approach working?
Well, the goal is to make sure that we work amongst the G7, so with the Americans, with the Europeans, to have a strong message. And we know that we are dealing with now a much more assertive China. We know also that as a country, we are also a Pacific nation. We have a huge Pacific coast, and we need to assert ourselves much more as a Pacific nation. So we want to make sure that we have a strong stance when it comes to what is going on in the region. Definitely, we need to make sure that China de-escalates because there's a risk of destabilizing the entire region. And meanwhile, as a country, we're working on an Indo-Pacific strategy, including our stance on what will be a relationship with China. And I'm meeting with the chairs of my Indo-Pacific committee a bit later after you guys.
Okay, so what is the stance from Canada when it comes to Taiwan? Because Nancy Pelosi sort of drew parallels to the situation in Ukraine and Russia and the sort of threat of invasion, which of course has now happened this year, similar to China and Taiwan. And she was sort of going there to sort of, affirm democratic principles, that sort of thing. So where is Canada on the sort of Taiwan situation in terms of the democratic principles and the potential threat from China vis-a-vis the Russian threat to Ukraine?
Well, of course, we don't think that Nancy Pelosi's visit can be used as a justification for military action. And we know very much that China is looking at what's going on in Ukraine. So that is why also our position in Ukraine is so important. Because when Russia decided to unjustifiably and illegally invade Ukraine, it was going against the very international rule-based order, which are all the norms that have been governing the different countries, our different countries, since the end of Second World War, and that has kept peace in our world. And so, of course, China is looking what's going on, and we need to have a strong stance because, of course, this could conduct the future of how China or how other countries would want to act, which would be basically based rather on their sphere of influence rather than really following the rules that we've put into place to keep peace. So that is an important issue, but what I want also to talk about to Canadians and why I'm here is we know that everything is happening in the world that has an impact on people's everyday lives. We know that is one of the biggest reasons why there's inflation, why the cost of living is higher, why basically gas prices are soaring, and also that there is grocery bills are higher. And so that's why I'm coming here, meeting with you guys, meeting with people in the GTA. I was just in Winnipeg, because my goal is to be in listening mode. There is anxiety across this country. People are worried, and so it is important to reach out and also to be in solution mode.
So what is Canada's role in this global food crisis? What should we or can we be doing right now to fix inflation, to bring these prices down?
Yes. So two things. Putin is weaponizing food and he's weaponizing energy. He's weaponizing food, particularly when it comes to his export to Africa and the Middle East. And he's weaponizing energy flows to Europe. We can do two things. For food, we are a huge producer of grains. I was just in Winnipeg, met with many farmers and the industry, and our goal is to export more. And we are reaching out also to many countries to help. And that's why my colleague, the Minister of International Development, was in Jordan, is heading to Lebanon, and we're working with these countries. We also just increase our support to the World Food Program because we need to step up our game. So that's the first thing. Second thing, on the question of energy, well, of course, Canada is a big energy producer, and we're in discussions with Europeans. German Chancellor Scholz will be coming also to Canada very soon, and we will be coming up with discussion about how we can export LNG, but also how can we export hydrogen, because We need to do both. We need to help the energy crisis in Europe, but we need to continue to fight climate change.
A lot of issues on that burner there, and
yes.
we appreciate you coming in to discuss them this morning. Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly, thanks for being here on CP24 Breakfast.
Thank you. Thank you so much.